Well, one of Donald Trump's favourite words is wild. He has said he'll let him be wild with healthcare, and I think we'll be in for a wild ride with Donald Trump now. All of the bitterness of having had an election stolen from him, in his view, he's now back in power. The elites thought he was down and out. He's back in there now. So everything he's wanted to do, this is the last chance saloon now. And I think he's talked about 60% tariffs on China. I think he will go through with those. Executive order, they don't necessarily have to go through Congress.
And China would respond to that too.
China would hit back. So I think we're on the brink of a trade war, of another major trade war between China and the US.
And obviously with huge consequences for Australia.
Australia getting caught in the middle, as always, having to choose between our biggest customer, China, and our biggest ally, the United States. So I think we're in for a trade war with China. Ukraine. Tonight, Ukraine will be devastated by this result.
Let me ask you a question, actually, John. How do you think Vladimir Zelensky is feeling right now?
Well, Sarah, my 3 trips to Ukraine since the Russian invasion, they were so focused on Washington as much as on Moscow. They will be absolutely gutted, because Donald Trump's talked about cutting NATO funding. There's a big constituency here in America. Why should we be spending money on Ukraine? And without NATO money, the Russians can essentially come in. Donald Trump has said, I will solve Ukraine in 24 hours. He said that on CNN. I think he'll try to bring together Putin and Zelensky. He's very close to Putin, has an opaque relationship with Putin. He'll bang their heads together and say to Zelensky, if you don't accept these current borders, then you get no more money, which means Ukraine loses 20% of its land. So, in effect, tonight's result will physically redraw the boundaries of Europe.
And just very briefly on the Middle East, we know that Donald Trump said that he told Netanyahu that he should finish the job. What do you anticipate we'll see?
I think Donald Trump's very close to Israel. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is a very strong supporter of the illegal settlements. I think it's devastating news, as it is for Ukraine, for the Palestinians as well, and the Lebanese.